don't try this at home. I own 3 stocks, Apple, Amazon, and Nike, and I'm about to purchase a 4th. Here at L2, we've attempted to suss out the underpinnings of the 4 horsemen, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Google. We have great CEOs, visionary capital. They become an operating system for their respective category. They're seen as good citizens. They're a bike ride from a major engineering university. They have vertical distribution and several other factors, and we've applied those to other companies to try and identify who could be the 5th horseman or who could be worth $300 billion plus. Netflix. By 2020, Netflix revenue is expected to quintuple to $11 billion with a subscriber base of 60 million in the US. Netflix has a real shot at becoming the
I have a lot of people around me. I've never felt that I was lonely. Everyone's been fighting in the memory of my father.
You were very fond of your father, weren't you, Miss Shura?
This town used to be a very poor fishing town. If my father hadn't stepped forward, all of the children would have starved to death. And all of the children he saved are now part of my crew. All of them are great fighters who were raised by my father.
Okay, you got it.
Looks like they're all gone now. Guess we'd better get out of here too.
Why are you stopping him? We have to rescue Ken.
Try to calm down, Missy. I'm pretty sure that one of those guys noticed we were back here.
What? Do you really think so?
Yeah. Don't let your guard down.
Wait a minute. Something around here smells funny.
It's gunpowder!
What was that noise just now?
You should stay here, Miss Shura! Don't leave my side so readily!
What are you saying, Himura?
I have an idea as to what just happened. Don't go!
Something bad may have happened to the crew. I'm their leader. I have to go!
You mustn't trust all of them so blindly! Not all of them think or feel the same way you do. That they most certainly don't.
What are you talking about? What do you know about that? I'm supposed to be the leader of the Kairyu, and they need me now!
Not listening to people is another trait you share. You're just like her. I can never get used to this, can I?
What exactly was that noise earlier, men? What's the meaning of this?
Miss Shura! Miss Shura, go to Sarajiro! Miss Shura! You should go make sure Sarajiro's all right.
All right.
He's doing pretty well for himself, isn't he? I hope you're ready to die today, Shura!
Geki.
Miss Shura!
I can't believe he actually jumped off! It's such a shame. I hear that if you jump off a cliff, your spirit won't rise. And I really wanted to see them bite, too.
leader Kairi was betrayed by one of her own, Ginjo. She faced a serious life-or-death situation and there was no way out. In order to save Shura's life, Kenshin grabbed her and leapt off the cliff, straight into the middle of a raging waterfall.
It's a shame that I couldn't have finished them off with my own two hands, but there's no way they could have survived that fall. I guess that's the end of Shura.
No one's ever turned up after falling into this waterfall.
We can't relax until we know for sure they're gone.
Find the bodies!
Yeah.
She doesn't look good. She needs attention as soon as possible. It's you. There's still a bullet in her leg. If we don't take it out soon, her leg will become infected. Is this your hideout, Sarajiro? I'll need some dry cloth. It must be as clean as possible. Could you boil some water for me, too, as quickly as you can? Miss Shura, I apologize. Forgive me. Will I be able to save her life?
I'm glad to see you're still alive, Missy.
I can't let myself die as easily as that. I did come here to rescue Kenshin after all. Yahiko, you're all right.
Well, it looks like we all managed to survive.
Man, I can't believe they did that! They blew up their own ship just to get us! And that explosion was no picnic! I won't get away with that!
Yahiko!
We better get going. Looks like Yahiko's raring to go. So let's see if we can sneak onto the island without them noticing us.
This should do for now. It looks like she's going to make it, that it does. And it's all thanks to you. You did very well. But the night's starting to get chilly. It would be good if we could find something warm for her. Look at this. Very interesting. You've got everything you might need in here. Huh? It's beautiful.
Where am I?
What are you doing, Miss Shura?
Let go of me!
Don't act crazy!
I just didn't have enough strength to lead the Kairyuu properly on my own. If I don't have what it takes to follow my father, then I'd rather.
It's true that you most likely weren't qualified enough to lead the Kairyuu. But there are still people here who believe in you, Miss Shura. That there are.
Sarojiro.
Are you going to commit suicide and abandon him? Is the leader of the Karyu really that weak? Giving less fortunate children the hope to live was what your father tried to do his whole life, wasn't it, Miss Shura? The woman that I've come to believe in was always looking up even from the bottom of despair. That's the Shura that I know. Please forgive me, Miss Shura.
Go. I won't try to kill myself. Himura. Did you do this?
We found clothes for you to change into. It's a beautiful crimson color. I think it would look very nice on you, Miss Shura. That I do. Wearing wet clothes isn't good for your health. That it isn't.
Listen, Shura, and remember these words. We members of the Kyrene have fought long and hard against poverty on this island. We turned to pirating only because we were struggling each day to feed all the starving children of our village. And even though we only target vessels of rich, corrupt men, that will never change the fact that stealing from others is something to be ashamed of. What I have long dreamed about is having a way of life of which I can be proud. Not hurting anyone, and without fear and regret living freely upon the open seas. Someday when you're older and exchange your marriage vows, remember my words, Shura.
Huh?
There will come a time when you fall in love with someone. I'm asking you to lead the Kyrene with that man, and make my dream a reality one day. Iwaza.
Yes, sir. This kimono belonged to your late mother.
Please wear this when you finally fall in love, and exchange your wedding vows in it.
There's no way I'm ever gonna dress up like a girl!
You're saying the bodies of Shura and that guy haven't turned up anywhere yet?
Nah, but I'm positive that they must be sleeping with the fishes at the bottom of the waterfall. But enough of that. Let me show you something interesting.
Sure, what is it?
Okay.
It's just that old man, Iwazo. So what?
I had the geezer take some of this.
You mean you gave him opium?
I see. Hey, Mr. Simboina, it looks like your little treasure is some pretty potent stuff, huh?
I guess there's no other choice for me, Gincho. I'll combine forces with you and climb my way up the ladder as far as I can go.
Good decision. Hey, toss the old geezer in the storeroom or something.
Right.
All right! Let's eat and drink until we're fat and drunk.
Get in there.
You better hurry up. Ginger's big feast.
Let's drink lots of sake till we pass out. Please wear this when you finally fall in love.
I think it would look very nice on you, Miss Shura. That I do.
Himura, I just wanted to say... Sarojiro, old Iwa. Old Iwa. Tell me, what happened? What's going on inside the village?
It's Ginjo. He's working with Simbonia.
So it's Ginjo.
Opium.
What? Oh, Iwa, they didn't force you to take opium, did they?
Master Shura, you must run away.
That's it. He's gone too far. He'll pay.
We need to take Miss Shura away from here using this boat and get her to a doctor as soon as possible. Miss Shura! Sarujiro! What happened to him? Is Iwazu all right?
It looks like they forced him to take opium. I'm taking him to a doctor as soon as possible, so I'll get us a ship and meet you. Sarujiro.
Mr. Iwazu, are you all right? Miss Shura! Miss Shura, what are you doing?
I must return to my village and settle the score. You should take that boat and get out of here. This sword belongs to you, Himura. Take it back. Himura, take care of them.
Miss Shura!
We're finally here! Kimono feels like a waste of time. I wonder where they could be keeping Kenshin.
Hold on. Don't you guys hear that sound?
Yeah, what's that? Are they having a festival or something?
It's from beyond the forest.
Let's try finding it. That might be where Kenshin is.
All right.
Hey, everybody, this is a party in honor of the new leader of the Kairyu. Let's start off with a toast to him.
Congratulations, Ginjo.
Opium and bullets. As long as we have plenty of both of them, there's nothing we can't do, huh?
This is great, but it would have been much better if we just had one more event.
What's that?
Shura, of course. If that little brat was still around, I would have tossed her into the fire to burn alive.
That would have been nice.
I would have loved to have shown her what hell feels like. But nothing can be done if she's dead.
Who goes there?
Huh?
What?
It's Shura! So she is alive!
Stop right there!
Stand aside. I'm not here for you weaklings. Because you broke our rules, lowering yourselves to the level of filthy opium runners and showing me that you're rotten to the core. I have no more use for you. Ginjo, I'm going to defeat you and put an end to the Kairyu. That will be my last duty as its leader.
No way.
You're going to defeat me? I'm happy to see you. I was just thinking how I'd like to see you burn to a crisp in this bonfire. Has anybody told you? You're like a moth drawn to an open flame.
Why don't you shut up? Himura, I'm gonna fight with the courage you gave me.
Let me thank you for this eye. Take this!
Damn you! Enough of this! Die!
It can't be! Please, I beg you, show some mercy. I lost. I promise I won't bother you anymore. So please, forgive me, Shura.
He got her! That's our new leader!
You cheater!
Say whatever you like. It doesn't matter, because the winner's still the winner and the loser's still the loser. And the one with the last laugh happens to be me!
You're not even worth looking down on.
Himura!
Hey, it's that guy. He managed to survive?
Ginjo, I'm afraid I can't allow you to continue committing these injustices. I will take her place and seek revenge for her father's good name.
Himura!
Take care of him!
Himura!
I've had enough! Give me that! I'll take care of you myself! Now you die! What?
Den Mitsurugi style, Ryu Tsuitsu!
Ginjo lost.
That's enough!
Himura!
Is your wounded leg all right, Miss Yura?
I don't believe this. Watch this, guys. I'm gonna blow that guy into pieces with this, baby.
No, you mustn't do that. If that bomb blows up, it'll take the whole place with it.
Quiet!
What the heck was that?
This looks pretty bad.
Maybe Kenshin was caught in the middle of that explosion.
Hold on.
Let go!
What is it?
It's Kenshin!
Kenshin!
Miss Kaoru!
You're alive.
Are you all right, Kenshin?
I'm fine, but we have to help Miss Shura.
Don't give up, Miss Shura. You helped me by sparing my life when we were at sea. Now it's my turn to do something to help you.
Miss Kaoru.
Hey, you guys, we don't have much time to waste. Let's get going.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Look at that fire go. It probably won't stop until it burns up everything on the island.
This is the end of Kairyu Island.
I'm sorry, Himura. You had to save me so many times.
I can say the same thing that I can. Anyway, Miss Shura, have you thought about what you plan to do now?
I'm not sure. A lot of things have happened these past few days.
I know the feeling. It's not every day that you lose everything.
No, that's not exactly true.
It's humongous. Is this a monster? I never knew they could be so big.
It seems the only ones left now are the ones most important to you, wouldn't you agree?
I know that someday I can make my father's dream come true. Not hurting anyone. Living freely on the open seas. My father's ideal way of life.
I'm sure that you'll be able to make that a reality someday.
Why don't you all stay at our place for a while? We have plenty of space and you're more than welcome.
I'm afraid we can't. The three of us are still outlaws after all. Thanks anyway. Those are some pretty good friends you've got there, Himura. But I have some too. Oldiwa!
Yes?
We're setting sail.
Great!
Dryland's boring. I just can't stand it here anymore. You once said to me, you wish we'd met under different circumstances. We'll meet again. Somewhere. Somehow. As friends.
Goodbye, all of you. Take care of yourselves.
just heard the news. Apparently members of the government army from the Choshin and Satsuma areas are coming to Kyoto one by one.
Yeah? Well, it looks like the plan to overthrow the government has finally started. We'll stand with them. That's right. Yeah.
The first thing we should do is take control of Kyoto Shoshida.
Customers on the second floor. You've got to get away. Mibu's wolves are here.
It's the Shinsengumi!
The bloodthirsty wolves of meat. No matter what you men try to do to stop this from happening, nothing will be able to prevent the Tokugawa era from coming to an end.
Would you like to say more? Or is that all? Regardless of how the times may change, the truth that we embrace will always remain the same. Evil will be extinguished like a candle flame. We believe this. Aku, Soku, San. That is the essence of Shinsengumi.
Get me, Musa! What? Damn those imperialists!
Leave me here and run.
Would you stop talking like that already? I'm not about to leave you here to die. How could I even suggest that when the new era that we've all been dreaming about for so long is finally about to begin?
There they are! Over there!
No! Is this the end of the line for us?
Leave them all to me.
Himura!
It's the Batosai! Kenshin Himura!
I appreciate the help.
Prepare yourself!
It's been a while, Mr. Himura. We meet again, and it seems that your Hiten Mitsurugi style becomes more and more impressive each time I see it.
Okita, I recommend that you stand down.
There's no need to be concerned. I am supposed to be leader of the first part of the Shinsengumi after all.
But you're also feeling ill today. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, Okita. That man over there, the infamous Batosai, the manslayer, will be slain by me, the leader of the 3rd Shinsengumi squad. I shall claim your life! Your death is assured, Batosai.
This is Nakatotsu. A dream about the past. But why does it make me feel so uneasy? I did promise, didn't I?
Uncle Kenny, you ought to be playing, not daydreaming. Uncle Kenny, you shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm sorry, Suzume. It won't happen again.
There's no hope for Kenshin if even Ayame and Suzume are chewing him out. Got that right.
Hello there. It looks like everyone's here. Did you behave
of yourselves today?
How did the delivery go, Dr. Gensai?
It was rather surprising that our patient went into labor so suddenly. But thanks to Miss Mogumi's expertise in that area, a very healthy baby was born today.
That's very good news, that it is.
Yes, it certainly is.
Why don't we have a beef pot feast at the Acapulco to celebrate the occasion? It'll be my treat.
Hey, how can you say something like that when I'm walking right next to you?
Looks like Yahiko needs to be taught a lesson for what he just said about us girls. I give up already. I take it back. It's a victory for womankind.
Wait a second. Kenshin?
He was right behind us a minute ago.
I'll go find him and we'll meet you there. You guys go on ahead and get a table.
Take your time. Just don't blame me if there's nothing left when you get there.
Kenshin? Hey, Kenshin?
Oh, Miss Kaoru.
Why are you so preoccupied? Tell me, is something the matter? The Shinsengumi?
It's been quite a while since I've dreamt about those days.
When you talk about the Shinsengumi, you mean the group that's known as the arch rivals of the Imperialists? There were actually a lot of rumors about them, weren't there?
Yes, I crossed swords with their members many a time during the revolution. They were perhaps the greatest enemies I had to confront. I fought each leader of the 3 squads more than once during that time. But none of those battles was ever decisive. I hear that most of those leaders have passed away during these 10 long years. Despite the fact that we were enemies, I hold no grudges. We were on different sides, but we were the same in the sense that we fought for our beliefs with our lives and with our swords. I guess it sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
No, I don't think so. It's just that it feels a little unusual because you don't normally talk about your past this much, Kenshin. Anyway, we should hurry up. Everybody's waiting for us. Come on.
I haven't dreamt of the past for a long time. Why am I having these dreams now? I'm probably just worried over nothing.
Counting on being able to get some free food around here today. I wish they would have told me where they were going. They better not be at Acapulco eating a beef pot without me.
Hello there.
Huh?
Hello there.
Can I help you with something?
I'm a pharmacist from Tama. I specialize in a medicine called Ishida Sanyaku. I'm Gora Fujita. Pleased to meet you. If you have some time, I'd love to tell you more about this wonderful medicine. It heals bruises and broken...
Hey, hold on a minute. You know, this isn't exactly my place. People who live here stepped out.
Ah, so the owners aren't here. That's very unfortunate.
Hey, you.
Huh?
You've got some narrow eyes, you know that?
I'm afraid I can't help what I'm born with, sir.
Yeah, but a pharmacist like you shouldn't have blisters from holding swords. You couldn't possibly have been born with these. Tell me who you really are.
You're very perceptive, aren't you? I'm impressed, Sanosuke Sagara.
What?
So it seems the Batosai is not home today. Very well then. I suppose the proper thing to do is to leave him a gift.
So you were hiding that thing the whole time, weren't you? You came here with every intention to fight. This guy's after Kenshin. But what could his reason for doing that be? All right then, buddy. Let's see what you can do. I'll find out who you are by letting my fist do the talking. Sorry about that. I guess I got a little carried away.
Is that right? I've heard it said that you're the strongest fighter around, and that punch certainly does prove it.
I didn't hurt him at all.
However, these are now the quiet and peaceful times of the Meiji era. If you had been in Kyoto during the bloodiest revolution in history, you would have seen that your punches amount to nothing. What a nuisance. These concealable swords have their uses, but I have to admit their blades are as flimsy as a child's toy. There's nothing more reliable than a Japanese sword, is there?
Just hold it right there, Narrow Eyes. This fight isn't over yet.
I think it's in your best interest to stay off your feet for the moment. Although the wound I gave you isn't fatal, it is indeed a serious injury.
Shut up! I may be hurt, but your sword is broken, and the way I figure it, our battle is just starting, so let's go!
Sleep.
I'm so full, I'm gonna burst.
Well, I suppose we should be heading home now. We'll see you later then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya. Hey, Genshin. What's the matter?
Let's get going.
You know, Kenshin doesn't seem like himself today, does he? He hardly ate anything, and he looks like he's in another world or something.
I wonder if he might be feeling a little under the weather.
Then I guess he needs my tender loving.
Where'd you come from, Miss Megumi?
Why do you look so surprised?
I believe this was a public street the last time I checked. It's not so strange that you'd run into me here. Well, to tell you the truth, as I was finishing up work, I suddenly got the irresistible urge to visit Sir Ken. So I was thinking that I'd wander over to his house so we could be together.
Hey, that house isn't Kenshin's, I'll have you know. It's my house, Miss Megumi.
It doesn't matter whose house it is.
Yes, it does matter!
Sir Ken, I haven't seen you lately. You really don't seem like yourself today. Well, maybe I should give you an examination.
I'm all right. You don't have to worry about me.
Are you sure?
I've got to let go of the past. I'm only making everyone around me worried. Just because these memories are flooding my thoughts doesn't mean that anything is going to happen. Probably nothing at all.
What happened?
What's going on?
The smell of blood. Sano!
Why don't we start off with a toast, Mr. Fujita? No, perhaps it would be more appropriate for me to call you Mr. Saito on this occasion.
Call me by whichever you like. As for the sake, I'll have to decline.
I find it hard to believe a man like you can't hold his liquor.
That has nothing to do with it. It's simply due to a bad habit I have.
Habit?
Yes, when I drink too much, I have a tendency toward violence and a very strong inclination to kill. That's why I've held back since the Meiji era began.
You've reassured my confidence in you.
Thank you.
But enough small talk. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Imura, the Batosai, is currently
living in Tokyo at a place called the Kamiya Dojo. I stopped by this afternoon.
Oh!
Unfortunately, the Batosai is not home.
You certainly work quickly. Honestly, I was surprised when you, a former member of the Shinsengumi, accepted my invitation. But you truly are the man that I can rely on to get this job done.
I was also quite surprised to learn about you, the mastermind behind Kurogasa. To think that the one controlling Jinei Udo was you, secretary to a Genroinen. It was a bit of a shock, Mr. Shibuma.
And there are many even more scandals inside the Meiji government.
Well, those are not things that I need to be concerned with. I'm satisfied with being able to live the rest of my life in peace with the occasional amusement every now and then. Killing people is what I'm good at, so being a part-time assassin is the best side business that I could ask for. And that isn't enough. To think that my first assignment is the murder of my arch-nemesis. By the way, I'm a little curious to know the identity of the client who'd want him dead now that he's become a wanderer. I just don't see any real purpose in it.
Saito, you shouldn't ask so many questions.
What you must do is quietly carry out your orders in exchange for your fees. Don't be concerned with anything except what's required.
I apologize. I'll be more careful in the future.
It's good that you understand.
The Shinsengumi must be very proud of you now.
Now, that's enough talk about business. So why don't we celebrate the rest of the night and enjoy ourselves?
I'm sorry. Normally I'd be happy to, but I must be going. If I don't get back to my other job soon, people might become suspicious. Well then, I guess I'll excuse myself now, gentlemen.
The former leader of the 3rd Shinsengumi Squad, one Mr. Hajime Saito, has changed his name to Goro Fujita and is now an assistant inspector in the police force. Some people even say that he was a better swordsman than Soshio Kita, the greatest of the Shinsengumi. Jinei couldn't defeat the legendary Batosai the Manslayer, but perhaps this man can.
I really don't like that guy. He's just a sorry bootlicker working for the police.
Just as long as you don't let that interfere with our work, Akamatsu. He's replacing Jinei, so try to accept it. To think a member of the Shinsengumi would work for me. It's almost funny that someone like him can even be in the same room with someone like me. The world really is a different place now. The Shinsengumi was once known as the Wolves of Mibu, but now they're about as dangerous as a housebroken dog with no teeth.
I need more hot water. It's too dark for me to see the wound properly. I don't care if it's candles or a torch, but I need more light.
All right. Yahiko, hurry up.
Right.
Hurry up. Right.
I think the worst is over.
How's Sanosuke? Tell us the truth, Megumi. Is he gonna make it?
His life isn't in danger now, but he'll definitely need to stay put for a while. Not bad when you consider the full extent of his injuries. He has a very strong will to live.
You must be exhausted after this. I'll look after him now, so why don't you go rest a while?
Thank you. But I'd like to watch over him for a bit longer. What about Soken?
Oh yeah, we should tell Kenshin the news. Hold on. I peeked into the dojo a few minutes ago, and Kenshin was sitting there with that frightening look on his face. I think he wants to be alone, so let's not bother him right now. Huh?
There's no mistake. This is his doing. This medicine chest. It's the same one that the spies of the Shinsengumi used as their cover. The parallel sword technique. It's a move used only by the Shinsengumi. A Hiratsuki. The tremendous destructive power that was used. It could only have come from the single left-handed Hirazuki technique that only he had mastered. The Totsu. Leader of the 3rd squad of the Shinsengumi, Hajime Saito. Has he come back to finally try to settle the score? Or could it be that he has a different objective this time? Hajime Saito's skills have not diminished. He's still as good as when he was called the Wolf of Mibu. With a reverse blade sword and my oath never to kill, will I be able to fend him off?
These peaceful days of the Meiji are about to be turned upside down and return us to the blood-soaked times of the past. I'm sorry to say that such childish ideals of a wanderer that won't kill won't work anymore. There are 2 paths which you may take. Return to your former self or death. Those are your only choices. Batosai.
It looks like his fever has come down. Could you please change the water, Yahiko?
Oh, sure.
Can you tell me what Sano's condition is now, Yahiko?
Well, his fever's gone down. He'll be alright as long as he gets some rest.
I see. I'm glad that things turned out all right, that I am.
But I was thinking, Kenshin, there aren't many people around who beat up Sano that badly. What kind of guy could have done that?
If his purpose was to settle the score with me, then he should have faced me directly. Why did he involve Sano? Or is it that he has another objective in mind?
Here you go. Sorry to keep you waiting. Just take your time.
Thank you very much. But I'm in a hurry, so I'd better eat quickly.
One bowl of plain hot soba? That's a pretty pathetic excuse for a lunch. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Saito?
I like plain hot soba. And at the moment, my name is Fujita. I believe yours was Mr. Akamatsu? Is there something you want from me?
No, not really. I just don't like your attitude, Fujita. I was the one who was originally supposed to handle this job and take out Batosai the Manslayer. But just because you were a member of the Shinsengumi during the revolution, Gumi decided to give the job to you, the new guy. And I don't like that one bit. Look, if you're gonna fight him, then hurry up and fight him. That way you can get yourself killed faster. You keep going at this snail's pace, then somebody might just get tempted to stab you in the back. What do you think's so funny?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you're going through. Your anger is quite understandable, Mr. Akamatsu. Well, if that's the case, then I propose that we make this job a cooperative effort. What do you say?
What's that? If you really think that I would work with somebody like you, then you've got to be out of your mind, Fujita.
Calm down and listen to me. This is the plan. The other day, when I went to visit the Batosai's current residence, I left him a few souvenirs. Naturally, the Batosai must be aware by now that I'm involved. But he won't be able to determine anything else with only the items I left him. So, if I were to send him an invitation, there isn't any way that he could refuse.
So you'll be the bait that lures him to me.
And you'll be in charge of the execution. Of course, I'm more than willing to share half the payment with you. Is that agreeable?
It's not too bad. But there's something about it I still don't like. The Batosai is supposed to be the arch nemesis of the Shinsengumi, right? I don't get why you would hand him over to me just like that.
Well, I did say he was our arch nemesis in front of Mr. Shibumi. I honestly don't care about that. Now, as I said before, I'm satisfied living the rest of my life peacefully, with the occasional amusement now and then. Instead of going after a large sum of money that's risky, I'd rather be safe and collect the petty cash. Goro Fujita is the kind of man who would do that.
I still don't like you, Fujita, but I kind of like that little story of yours. It's a deal. But there's one thing I want you to try to remember. The best guy that we have in this assassination is me.
He can try to fight the Batosai if he wants to. I have no interest in petty squabbling.
Hey, Kenshin! Kaoru says that she wants you to run into town and buy us some tofu!
I'm sorry, Yahiko, but I have a bit of business to take care of right now that I do. I may be late getting back home, so please make sure to lock up around here for me.
Hey, that means I'll have to go buy the tofu! Kenshin, does it look like I'm playing around out here? I don't have time for that!
Saito, I came here like you asked me to in the letter. Why don't you stop this charade and show yourself?
guess I should have expected nothing less from the Batosai. Dodged my chains like they were nuts.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Arundo Akamatsu, the man who'll take the life of the legendary Manslayer.
Kenshin had a bit of business?
Yeah, and here's the tofu. He said he might be late getting back.
Thanks. I see. Did he say anything else to you?
Nothing besides that.
That's strange.
But I do remember seeing him read a letter or something.
A letter?
I know, it's gotta be a woman. I bet you it must have been a love letter. No wonder he couldn't tell me where he was going.
I may be late getting back, huh?
Hey, what do you think you're doing dropping the tofu I went into town just to fight for you, Kaoru? Besides, you ought to know Kenshin would never do something like that when Sano's lying in bed and still in pretty bad shape. You listen to me, ugly. Hey, listen to me, ugly.
Yeah, what was I thinking? I was actually worried for a moment. Kaoru, you're so stupid.
Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt, but I was told I'd be able to find Himura, the Batosai, at this dojo.
You're looking for Batosai?
How is it that you know Kenshin's here?
Oh, I ought to introduce myself. My name is Fujita, and I was only recently assigned to patrol this area along with some other officers. I heard about Mr. Himura from our chief.
Oh, so you're one of the chief's officers.
I'm sorry, but he's not here because he had some business to take care of. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here because the police received some anonymous information that we haven't yet been able to confirm. We believe that someone is after Mr. Himura.
What?
I'm sorry for imposing, but would you mind terribly if I wait here for him?
Oh, sure. He might be coming home late, just so you know. If that's all right.
I'll wait.
Kenshin.
I can understand why people would be after my life, that I can. But I have no intention of losing my life for an unknown reason. Before we fight, tell me why you're after my life.
Want to know why? Well, don't worry about it. I'll be happy to tell you the reason why. From your grave! I see where you're going. To the left, Bato!
I see where you're going, huh? Maybe it was an after image of me that you thought you saw. But I'm fairly certain that I'm not able to move that quickly.
Damn you! No way! Damn it!
Why don't you give up? There isn't any point in continuing. You can't beat me. Tell me, who are you exactly? And how are you connected with Saito?
I'm sorry. It was wrong to do this. Please forgive me. I didn't really want to do this, but Saito threatened to kill me. I had to do whatever he wanted.
Small fry, huh? Sending someone like him here. What could Saito be thinking? I don't believe everything that you've said. But you should learn from this lesson and clean up your act. That you should.
Yes, sir. Do you really think that's it? It's not!
Hidden counterweights.
Ha! It was a good decision to raise your right arm so that you could prevent the chains from choking you. But what now? Both of your arms are completely tied up, and with them, your whole body! I may be at a disadvantage in terms of speed, but in terms of power, I have the advantage!
There may be people after Sir Ken?
Yes, and I just have this feeling that they must be the same people who hurt Sanosuke.
Then that means they're not only interested in Sir Ken, but those around him. We've all got to stay together and keep our eyes open for anything suspicious.
But we don't even know where Kenshin is right now.
There's no need to worry about him being alone. He's not at all like this big dope sleeping like a log in front of us. It's best that we don't panic and simply stay here and wait. And it's safer here at the dojo than anywhere else because the police chief sent one of his officers.
That's true.
Wow, I thought policemen that are allowed to wear swords carried sabers, but you got a Japanese sword.
Sabers are brittle. I can't rely on them.
I was given special permission to carry this Japanese sword. To me, these swords are the only real swords in the world.
So he bit it already, but he lasted longer than most. I may be a killer, but I'm an honest one. So now I'll answer your question. Both me and Saito are assassins working for the same crooked politicians Jine was when you fought him. To tell you the truth, we weren't told why we had to get rid of you. But the way I figure it, the politicians heard about you from the Kurogase incident. And they probably wanted to make sure that all that bad stuff they did during the revolution won't ever come out into the open. Politicians are a two-faced breed. They'll stab anybody in the back if they get half the chance.
I see. If memory serves, I believe I remember once hearing that Saito was the #1 assassin within the Shinsengumi.
He took those hits intentionally. He was playing dead the whole time.
So Hajime Saito is still doing such horrible things in this peaceful Meiji era, is he?
That's it! I'll smash you into this rock! That'll be sure to finish you! Uh-oh!
Oh, Kenshin, there you are. Oh, Kenshin, there
Miss
you are.
Kaoru,
I was really worried about you.
something happened while I was gone?
Did something happen? Anyway, you shouldn't be going out at a time like this. You shouldn't be going out at a time after you, Kenshin.
Miss Kaoru, where did you hear about that?
The police told me. The chief was kind enough to send one of his men here this afternoon to let us know. This gentleman is Assistant Inspector Goro Fujita, and he's been waiting to see you.
You had a hard time with Akamatsu. You've grown much weaker than I expected. The last time we fought was, I believe, Toba Fushimi, wasn't it? It's been 10 years.
Kenshin, do you know Mr. Fujita?
I see, so you've changed your name to Goro Fujita now.
10 years. It's only 2 little words. But those years were very long to live through.
You're right. They were long enough for some people to become rotten to the core.
What's going on, Kenshin?
Jinge Udo was a madman from the very beginning, but you were a very different type of man. Back then, you had an indescribable strength within. And whenever you entered battle, you made sure to fight fair and square, without foul play. You would not hurt the people around your target in order to shock them, or send a dog in your place and then take hostages while that dog created a diversion. You never resorted to dirty tricks like these. You're no longer the man I once acknowledged as a true warrior. Hajime Saito, leader of the 3rd Squad of the Shinsengumi.
The Shinsengumi?
Then this is the guy! This is the guy! The one who's after Kenshin!
I was afraid that your sword had become rusty, but I didn't think that your brain would be this rusty as well. Akamatsu was a dog. A weakling like him couldn't even begin to fulfill the role of a dog. We of the Shinsengumi have the strength of Tosai the Manslayer better than anyone else. You had trouble today, even against the likes of Akamatsu. Being a wanderer that doesn't kill has obviously made you weaker, Tosai.
You think Kenshin's weaker?
As long as I have the strength as a wanderer to protect the people in my life, then that's good enough for me. I no longer need the strength of a manslayer, of a murderer. That I do not.
If that's the case, then even as the wanderer you are now, you're a failure. While your hands were full fighting Akamatsu, I was here the whole time. On top of that, your ignorant friends let their guards down simply because I happened to be a police officer. In other words, if I had wanted to kill them, I could have done so at any time. But it wasn't only this time. When you fought Genius, and again with Conrad, you allowed the people in your life to fall into your enemy's hands. And even more pathetic, you allowed a complete fool like Raijuta to wound you in battle.
Could it be that he's been watching Kenshin all this time?
Mediocre strength is as good as nothing. And the words of a hypocrite are words that disgust me.
What do you know? Kenshin was there helping people. That's why no one got hurt and everything turned out all right. Kenshin was there to protect everyone, you creep.
Is that so? Then what about Zanza, the fighter for hire? If I had wanted to, I could have broken him immediately.
You did that to Sanosuke?
The real Batosai would have seen that right away. As you say, 10 years was long enough for some people to become rotten. Drowning yourself in this false sense of justice. A wanderer that doesn't kill. How can Batosai the Manslayer protect people without slaying others? Have you forgotten? Ak, Sok, San. Slay evil immediately. That was the one truth about justice that we had in common. It's unbearable for me to see you standing there as the man that you have become, Batosai.
It doesn't matter what you say to me. I have no intention of ever taking the life of another person again.
I see. Then I will deny you your entire false existence. What's wrong, Batosai? Are you going to allow her to feel my Gatotsu as well?
You must not worry. I'll be okay, Miss Kawu. That I will.
But Kenshin...
Saito is after just one thing, and that is my life. I can't avoid this battle, that I can't.
I understand, but I can't. Let you do this.
Prepare!
He did Mitsurugi style! Ryotsuki-sen! He's not weak! Kenshin's the best there is!
Do you really think you won because you dodged one attack? Well, you're wrong, Batosai!
The Gatotsu attack from above!
Kenshin! Kenshin!
spot. Even if the stab misses, I can change it into a side-sweeping attack without pause. There is no weakness in the Hirazuki attack that was developed by Toshizo Hijikata, assistant leader of the Shinsengumi, especially my variation of it, the Gatotsu.
That's dance again! Is it another Gatotsu? That's dance again! Is it another Gatotsu?
My sword, which has kept me safe from harm numerous times between the Revolution and the Meiji era, combined with my Gatotsu technique, there's no way you could hope to defeat me as you are now.
This guy is in a completely different class.
Are you alright, Kenshin? Are you alright, Kenshin?
Stand up. Stand up. You're in the way. You're in the way. Even though he has a deep wound in his chest area, his response to my second attack was faster than the first. It's as I expected. Each time he swings his sword, he is gradually, unconsciously but surely returning to his former self. Batosai the Manslayer.
Let's go.
He's gotten even faster. He's gotten even faster. What was that? That move far surpassed my expectations.
His breathing. He's using more strength than he thinks he has. And his body can't keep up.
By fighting me, you return to the Batosai you once were. Well then, now I'll attack with the true Gatotsu. No more holding back.
I don't believe it. He was holding back until now. Yeah, he dodged the Gatotsu like it was nothing.
Back then, in Kyoto, I needed to use an attack that would defeat my enemy in one blow. Saito, the Gatotsu is that kind of attack for you. However, it's not invincible. After seeing it 4 times already, I can think of at least 1 or 2 ways around it. Stand up. It would be a poor ending to our first duel in 10 years otherwise.
The end. This wasn't my plan. It doesn't matter. I'll kill you now.
I think you got it wrong. Those are my words.
Kaoru! It's happening again. Kaoru! It's the same as the time he fought Jinge. Stop him! Someone! If this keeps up... Kenshin, the one we know, will disappear.
It'll be your turn next. And it'll be your head.
Please stop it! Somebody stop the two of them from fighting!
It's impossible, Missy.
Sanosuke!
Impossible, Missy.
Sanosuke!
There's no way we can stop the two of them. There's no way we can stop those two aren't fighting in Tokyo in the Meiji era. They're fighting in Kyoto in the Revolution. Our voices won't be able to reach them anymore. The only ones who can possibly stop this fight are the ones who lived through the bloody chaos of the Revolution. People who know what it was like, who remember Kyoto.
Kawaji,
Yes, what is it, sir?
how long has it been since Mr. Saito entered that dojo?
About 4.5 hours.
I see. The fate of the entire nation may revolve around those two men. Please hurry before it becomes too late.
Yes, sir.
Before it becomes too late.
Yes, sir.
What's he doing? His sword's useless if it's broken.
Another Gatotsu!
You Shinsengumi guys never did know when it was in your best interest to retreat.
The first rule of the Shinsengumi is to always follow the way of the samurai. And fleeing an enemy in front of you isn't an option!
He blocked with his hand?
Yeah, so he wouldn't leave himself vulnerable.
And you choose pride over life as a samurai should.
This fight's over. Even he can't fully block Kenshin's sword with his fist.
He used his belt? He used his belt?
Sir Ken!
This doesn't look good. Without his sword, Kenshin hasn't got a chance.
This is the end!
A stranglehold! He's suffocating Kenshin! He's suffocating Kenshin!
It's not something as gentle as that. What he's really trying to do is break Kenshin's neck. So this is how they fought in the Revolution. Neither one of them has the strength to keep going. The next attack will decide who wins this battle. Life or death. Or will they kill each other?
I think it's time we put an end to this.
I agree.
Get a hold of yourself, Saito! The mission that you accepted from our office was only to determine the bottom-size competency!
We're in the middle of something here. I won't allow even you, the police commissioner, to interrupt us.
Determine his competency. What does that mean?
Mr. Saito, I know you have your pride as a member of the Shinsengumi. However, I don't want you or him to waste your lives needlessly here.
I see. The true mastermind behind all of this was you. An old imperialist from the Satsuma area. The Meiji Secretary of the Interior. Toshimichi Okubo.
Secretary of the Interior? Man, those two guys came from out of nowhere. Who exactly is this bearded guy supposed to be anyway?
Kids like you ought to read the newspaper more often.
The three men who did the most work during the Meiji Restoration are called the Three Great Imperialists: Takamori Saigo, Kogoro Katsura, and one other who's the only one left alive.
You mean that Okubo's one of the three?
And now he's the Secretary of the Interior, the minister who's basically at the top of the Japanese government.
I truly am sorry that we had to be so rough on you, but it was important for us to determine just how effective you stayed after all these years. You will stay. You hear me out, won't you?
I will. Why don't you start now?
I can't believe it's Okubo. I never imagined someone this big could be involved in this. There's no time to waste. I've got to tell Mr. Shibumi right away.
It looks like our final duel has been preempted. We'll have to settle our score another day.
Your life's been spared for now.
And so has yours.
Hold on, Saito!
According to my observations, Kenshin Himura is of no use to us whatsoever. However, Himura the Batosai ought to be relatively useful. That's all.
That man is insufferable. He may be our most skilled undercover agent, but I never have any idea what's going on inside his head.
Himura, I have a carriage waiting for us outside. Come with me.
You'll tell your story right here. After all, I'm not the only one involved in this anymore. After all, I'm not the only one involved in this anymore. That I'm not. Everyone here should hear your explanation.
You're back to your old self again, Kenshin. You're back to your old self again, Kenshin. Miss Megumi!
What are you doing, you numbskull? Yahiko, get me the medicine and the bandages, quick!
You
Get
got
me the
it.
medicine and the bandages,
Lord
quick!
Okubo. We'll do as Himura wishes. Right now, we desperately need his assistance above all else. Allow me to get straight to the point, Himura. Shishio has been working underground in Kyoto.
The name doesn't ring any bells, Mr. Okubo. Who's this Shishio supposed to be?
Hey, you! You'll speak more politely!
Makoto Shishio. He's a manslayer from the revolution, just like myself. After I came out in the open, he took over the role of the manslayer in the shadows. He's another imperialist from the Choshu area. And you might say that Shishio is the successor of Batosai the manslayer.
Batosai the Manslayers!
Successor?
Batosai the Manslayers!
You had a successor?
Since he kept himself completely in the shadows, practically no one knows of his existence. Even I have never met Makoto Shishio face to face. But I do remember hearing news of his death during the Boshin Wars 10 years ago. So the truth has been hidden by the ones in the shadows.
We sought safety by secretly eliminating the assassin of shadows. Back then, that was the only thing we could do. Makoto Shishio was a powerful man who possessed the same sharp wits and expertise with the sword that you had. But unlike you, he was a very dangerous individual with a longing for glory and conquest. The entire reason he accepted the role as the manslayer in the shadows was to demonstrate his talents and make the higher-ranking imperialists aware of his existence. Of all the assassinations Shishio has done, there are some so important that if they were released to the public, the Meiji government would crumble like an avalanche. If he were to prey upon that weakness, then he alone may have the power to do whatever he wishes with the entire nation of Japan.
And so, in the middle of all the chaos during the Boshin Wars,
we got rid of him. Yes, he had his body drenched with oil, and then we set him on fire. His body was scorched from head to toe, but Makoto Shishio stayed alive. Since then, he has become a demon of revenge. He has gathered together crazed fighters who lust for bloodshed, and makers of weapons who want to abolish peace. They are evil men. A large army of killers in the underground of Kyoto under his command. And using the secret of his assassinations as his trump card, he's attempting to take his revenge by starting a war that would split the country in two. We've sent in troops to attempt to control him, but they've been completely unsuccessful so far. It seems that the only hope we have left is you. Himura, for the sake of the people of this great country, will you go to Kyoto once again?
So that means that you want Kenshin to assassinate Shishio. Is that what you're trying to say, more or less?
It's precisely what I'm saying.
Naturally, we will pay a considerable bounty, and we will also grant special pardons to all of the illegal acts that we've turned our backs on till now. For instance, we will acquit Megumi Takane of opium possession charges.
You've got to be kidding. If my freedom is going to be a part of this deal and force Sir Ken to do something he shouldn't, then I'd be happy to choose life imprisonment or execution right now.
You guys play dirty. The way I figure it, all the nasty stuff you did in the past is the real problem. And And now you want Kenshin to clean up the mess for you? Kenshin chose to live his life as a wanderer, one that doesn't kill. And now you're asking him to murder innocent...
Shut up! The government is in danger of being overthrown! Can't you see that?
And dirty governments like this one deserve to be overthrown! We'll all be better off for it!
There can never be any lasting peace in Japan without the prosperity of the Meiji government!
You guys are so full of yourself, I'm gonna bark.
If you keep this up, I'm going to arrest you!
Try and arrest me, Baldy.
I'm a kid, so I don't understand everything. But it seems to me if things were just a little bit different, you guys might be asking Shishio to go after Kenshin. You old guys are the ones who mess things up.
Lord Akubo, I can see why the Meiji government would want Batosai the Manslayer's help so much right now. But Kenshin isn't a manslayer like he was in the revolution. The last thing the four of us would ever do is let Kenshin go to Kyoto.
Yeah.
We won't give him back to you.
Kenshin's our wanderer now, not your manslayer.
We'll all protect Kenshin to the end, no matter what happens to us.
Idiots! The fate of our entire nation is dependent on this!
That's enough.
But sir!
That's enough. I don't expect an answer immediately, Himura. Please think about this seriously. Not only for Japan's sake, but in order to end your own revolution.
Toshimichi Okubo?
That's right. So what do we do now? That's right.
I see. Saito's one of Okubo's dogs. This could work out nicely if I pay Saito off to get me some dirt on Okubo. I just might have a shot at taking his place one day.
You gotta be kidding me, Shibumi! If we try to go after Shibumi, if we bad won't be enough. It's insanity! There's nothing you can offer me to take on a job like that, so I think I'll hightail it out of here to somewhere safe, like Shanghai, if you don't mind. See you around.
I know a place that'll be much safer to run to than Shanghai. It's called Hell, if I recall correctly. Shibumi, there's one thing that I'd like you to understand. You imperialists think that you created the Meiji era all by yourselves, but I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. We sided with the shogunate because we risked our lives for the Meiji era by being the ones who lost. The reason that I obey the government as an undercover agent is so that I can rid the world of the scum that feasts upon it, as the Shinsengumi of the Meiji era. If anyone, including Okubo, allows greed to overcome them and tries to bring misfortune to this country, then they will be tried under our law that states that evil must be eradicated.
Please wait. I'll do anything. I'll give you all the money you want.
Train a dog with food. You can buy a person with money. But there isn't a man alive able to influence the wolves of Mibu. Some things will never change. A wolf will always be a wolf. The Shinsengumi will always be the Shinsengumi. And the manslayer will always be a manslayer. Correct, Batosai? Correct, Batosai?
You can expect me to return to hear your answer exactly 1 week from today, Himura. Yes, I'll see you on May 14th.
You got it? On May 14th! You got it? On May 14th!
Mr. Okubo, you look rather tired. Compared to 10 years ago.
I'm finding out slowly that it is far more difficult to raise a new era than it is to break an old one. Of course, I'm worn out. I'm hoping for a positive answer from you, Batosai.
That was the last time we saw Lord Akubo ever again. The promised day. May 14th of the 11th year of the Meiji era. That would turn out to be a fateful day for all of us. A day when our lives would be turned completely upside down. Nothing could ever have prepared us for what was to come.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean.
Sanosuke!
I had a late night.
Sanosuke!
I lost some money on dice. Late night. I lost
Wake up, lazy bones!
How can you just keep sleeping like this? Do you know what day it is today?
Today's May 14th, Sanosuke. That Okubo guy said he'd come by the dojo for Kenshin's answer today.
Are you telling me that Okubo already came by?
No, he hasn't gotten here yet.
Let's all go over and keep him company. Let's all go over and keep him company.
I see. So today's finally the day.
We're all planning to protect Kenshin every step of the way. No matter how Lord Akubo might try to pressure him, we'll never let our Kenshin go back to Kyoto.
So how does Kenshin feel about all this?
He hasn't said a word about it. He hasn't said a word about it.
First fireflies of summer.
I wonder if it's because it's been so warm this year.
It is that time of year, though.
Uncle Ken, have you ever seen one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, now that I think about it, it hasn't quite been a year yet since Kenshin started staying at your dojo, has it? Yet it feels to me like he's been a part of our family for much longer, don't you agree?
And he'll always be a part of our family. Kenshin won't go anywhere. He won't leave us.
Let's all stand together. He won't leave us.
Why don't we all come to watch the fireflies tonight, Kenshin? Okay?
Watch the fireflies, huh?
Okay. It's a promise then.
It's a promise, Uncle Ken. A promise. It's a promise, Uncle Ken. A promise.
Hey! This isn't the time for leisurely strolls in the park, Kenshin. I don't think you ever would, but you're not actually thinking of accepting that offer, are you?
I'm worried because you're so kind, sir.
That guy's only asking you to go to Kyoto to clean up the mess the Imperialists made.
Listen to me, don't let Okubo use you. The guy may be at the top of the Meiji government, but he's rotten through and through.
Sano really hates the Meiji government from the bottom of his heart. That he does.
Got a problem with that?
But honestly, Lord Akubo really was motivated by personal greed. There's one thing I'm sure of. Saito would have slain him a long time ago.
Are you talking about that crazy cop? Are you talking about that crazy cop?
Slay evil immediately. That was the one truth about justice that we and the Batosai had in common.
He lives to this day, carrying out the justice of the Shinsengumi. Even in the peaceful times of the Meiji era, he's still the Wolf of Mibu, and his fangs are bared in the darkness far from the sun's reach. But while we may have some things in common, I would certainly not call him a friend.
No way.
You got that
I
right.
hate that guy. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Bless you, Mr. Fujita.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Mr. Fujita.
How's that old saying go, that one about sneezes? Oh, well, even if sneezing 3 times means someone doesn't like me, I think I'll survive. Now, Batosai, what will you choose?
Well then.
What you doing, Uncle Ken? Where are you going? What you doing,
Kenshin?
Where are you going?
I think I'll go see Lord Akubo now, that I will.
You're going there? But I thought he was coming to you.
As Secretary of the Interior, Lord Akubo is a very busy man. It's faster for me to go see him than for him to come see me.
I don't think so, Sir Ken. I don't think so, Sir Ken, be a good boy now. I'm afraid he won't be able to go see Lord Okubo, much less go to Kyoto. And if all else fails, I'll use this paralysis powder to keep him here and have him do whatever I want.
Miss Megumi, what are you talking about?
Sit, boy.
What are you
Women
talking
are
about?
scary. Megumi, when did you have time to make this?
I was thinking something like this might happen, so I made it secretly.
In any case, I should be going now that I should.
Where are you gonna go? Do you even know where Okubo is right now?
I heard that he was going to visit the cabinet in Nakasaka, so I should be able to run into him if I'm around Kyoizaka.
Okay, then why don't we all go with you?
No.
Okay, then
It'll
why don't
be a
we all
long
go with
discussion,
you?
so it's better if I went alone.
It'll be a long discussion, so it's better if I went alone, that it is.
It'll be all right. Kenshin's already found himself a pretty comfortable place at the Kamiya Dojo, so he'd never leave us to go to Kyoto.
That's right. Pretty sure he'd never agree to assassinate people for the government.
I'll never let him go, even if I have to force him to stay here.
And when is he gonna come back?
Very soon. I'm certain he'll come back shortly. Very soon. I'm certain he'll come back shortly.
Kenshin. Kenshin.
I must be absolutely certain whether going to Kyoto will truly help maintain peace in Japan or not. And if that does turn out to be the case,
Today's meeting will be a long one. It appears that I won't get to Himura's place until well after dusk. I wonder if Himura will decide to go to Kyoto. No, he must go, no matter what it takes. If Himura does not go, this nation will collapse.
You sure worry a lot. The future of this country is something you shouldn't worry about. Especially since you're going to die. I have a message from Mr. Shishi. Smart guy. I'm trying to send Himura the Batosai as an assassin was genius. But it's a futile effort because I'll take over this country regardless. And that's all he had to say.
My name is Ichiro Shimada of Ishikawa. I am Joe to the Hide. Come on out, Kubo. Come on out. Someone got to him before. What's going on here? We already sent the word out to the government and the press that we do it.
So what do we do now?
What? You just keep saying that we were the ones who assassinated Okubo. There aren't any witnesses around. We were the ones who killed Okubo. Witnesses around. What a mess. Look at this.
Stand back! I said stand back! I said stand back!
Secretary Okubo.
This is a warning. You better not stand against Master Shishi. Not unless you want to end up like a Kubo.
Shishi.
Anh từng nghĩ mày là hả? Từng nghĩ mày à? Từng nghĩ gì? Mày loại gì má? Mày từng mã. Từng
Extra! Extra! Secretary of the Interior assassinated! Lord Okubo has been assassinated! Extra!
What'd you say?
Old man Okubo was killed?
What'd you say?
He was assassinated at Kiyozaka.
Our country has forever lost the one man who we could call our foundation. The assassins were 7 former samurai from Ishikawa who were dissatisfied with the government.
Okay.
Tại sao cơ mà? Giờ tao hả? Giờ tao hả?
This is how Shishio operates. He received prior information about an assassination threat and used it to his advantage. It is a tactic that he uses to cover his involvement so that the actual truth will remain buried in history. He'll never come out in the open. He'll just whittle away at the power of the government until the day the people finally decide to revolt. This is Mr. Yamayoshi from Fukushima. He was the last person to speak with Lord Okubo.
After finishing my business in Tokyo yesterday, I went to the Okubo residence this morning to say goodbye before heading back home. I never expected something like this to happen.
It's been 10 years since someone finished again. but I'm forced to resolve so many other internal and external issues, and I'm ashamed of how little I've accomplished to further the restoration's completion. At this rate, we'll need 30 years to solidify the foundation of this great era. The past 10 years were only the first stage in the creation of the Meiji. In the next 10 years to come will be the prosperity stage, a time of stability and growth. This is a crucial period of development. Powerless as I am, I would like to cultivate this prosperity these next 10 years, so that I may make the true ideals of the people of this country a reality.
What do you mean by the people's true ideals?
I would like to build a nation state.
A nation state?
A true nation state. It's a society in which the people decide their own paths for themselves. It cannot function as our current system, where only a handful of people determine everything. When this country finally makes the transition into a real nation state, the restoration will be complete. That is my belief.
A true nation state, huh? That's certainly a lofty ideal.
But it was an ideal that we could believe in. It was an ideal that we could believe in. If only Lord Okubo. If only Lord Okubo.
I was concerned about one thing. Yakubo that I know was usually calm. This morning he was unusually passionate with his words. I don't believe it was because he was predicting his own death or anything like that. Don't the events of today seem like a prophecy? A warning of a future that is about to be determined. A warning of a future that is about to be determined.
Mr. Kawaji seemed to be very impressed.
He's an officer who's telling his first spotted person by Lord Okubo. But Kawaji isn't the only one that's in turmoil. Now that the last of the three great imperialists and the greatest leader of the Meiji government is gone, the political world is only filled with third-rate idiots with no real power. Japan will undoubtedly enter a period of turmoil, and Shishio won't be able to resist taking advantage of this opportunity.
Saito, I'd like to know what it is you're planning to do.
There's only one path. Kyoto. That's where Shishio is. Simple, isn't it? That's where Shishio is. Simple, isn't it?
Extra! Extra! Lord Okubo has been assassinated! The Secretary of the Interior has been
What's gonna happen now?
This is horrible. It's a catastrophe waiting to happen.
Is another war going to begin? Just like the Seinan Wars?
Maybe the government will fall apart.
Is the restoration back to square one? The chaos of the revolution is going to start all over again. Please, no. I don't want to see so many people die ever again.
Is there no God? Won't Buddha save us? Won't Buddha save us?
When this country finally makes the transition into a nation state, the restoration will be complete.
But it was an ideal that we could believe in. If only Lord Okubo was still alive.
Japan will undoubtedly enter a time of confusion, and Shishio can't resist taking advantage of this opportunity.
And dirty governments like this one deserve to be taken over.
If my freedom is going to become part of this deal, then I'd rather be executed right now.
I'm a kid, so I don't understand everything. But I do understand that if things were different, Kenshin might have been killed like Shishio.
Kenshin isn't a manslayer like he was in the revolution.
I told you, Batosai, didn't I? You're truly a manslayer from the bottom of your heart. A manslayer is a manslayer till the day he dies. He can never be anything else. There's no path for you except the path of violence. You must realize this. Can your blood-stained hands let go of the sword? Of course they can't. Be honest with yourself, Batosai. Be honest with yourself, Batosai.
A manslayer is a manslayer till the day he dies. There's no doubt that Batosai is forever a part of my true self, destined only to live and breathe in the heat of battle. The times are drifting by again, and they're no longer allowing me to remain still like they used to.
Oh, what a bother. Of all nights to have to perform an emergency operation now.
Grandma, Grandpa told me that we'd have to hurry.
And I was hoping I wouldn't have to go until I got a chance to see Sir Ken.
Oh well, I guess I just can't let two little girls and a fox walk the streets alone at night. I'll walk you to the station.
Did you really have to put it that way?
If Kenshin comes back before I do, tell him I'll be right back, would you?
Sure. Be
Tell him
careful,
I'll be
guys.
right back, would you?
Hurry up!
Be careful, guys.
Hurry up!
Where is he?
Don't worry about him, Kaoru.
Where is he?
I feel bad saying this with all that happened, but now that old man Okubo isn't around anymore, doesn't that also mean that Kenshin doesn't have to go to Kyoto?
I think I'll try and see if I can find him.
You sure that's a good idea, Kaoru? You sure that's a good idea, Kaoru? Fine, guess I'll go to sleep early.
They're beautiful fireflies, aren't they?
Kenshin!
They're beautiful fireflies, aren't they?
Kenshin! Kenshin?
Lord Akubo was assassinated today.
I know. I heard the news.
Shishio was behind it all.
I heard the
One of
news.
his men did it. I can't just stand by and allow Shishio to continue doing this. I'll be going to Kyoto.
Kyoto. Does that mean you're going back to the man you were 10 years ago?
I don't know yet. For 10 years, I've forbidden myself from becoming that man again, always staying in control. However, my battle with Saito earlier taught me something very clearly. It showed me that deep within myself, there's an angry manslayer who'll never be able to change his ways.
But Kenshin, you were always able to go back to normal again. No matter how close you get to being the Batosai, you'll always be the person you really are. A wanderer who doesn't kill.
If I stay here any longer, every incident that I become involved with will endanger you all, and I'll get closer to being the Batosai each time. When I first met you, I remember you telling me, Miss Kaoru, how you felt my past wasn't really all that important. I was happy you said that. My soul was refreshed day after day, and I truly felt that I could become a normal swordsman. I truly did. Thank you for everything. I'm a wanderer, Miss Kaoru. And it's time to wander again. Farewell.
that idiot think he is? I can't believe he left without saying a word to anyone.
Please, Sanosuke. Breaking the furniture won't make things better.
I'm gonna go to Kyoto too. I won't feel satisfied till I give him a good slug. Damn it, Kenshin, how could you do this?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You can stop wrecking the place and go to Kyoto.
I need some money.
What do you mean by that?
I need some money.
What do you mean by that?
Cheapskate.
That's a mouthful coming from you. If you want to borrow money next time, then don't come here breaking furniture.
I couldn't help it. I had to take this out on something.
I couldn't help it. I had to take this out on
he did a lot worse by breaking our promise. So starting from this point on, I guess you're not going to be wandering off anywhere without my permission. Huh, Kenshin?
Wandering off anywhere without my permission. Kenshin? Out of the way! Out of the way!